Well, he actually scared me a little bit because he was feeling so good when he went out. First couple of strides, he like went to try to buck Nick off, and he kind of stumbled a little bit when he did it, but he got right back on his feet. And then after that, it was a very smooth, energetic, good gallop. Obviously, you don't want any stumbles at this stage of the game, so it gave me a little bit of a fright, but looks good back here and cooled out excellent.
How far did he gallop this morning?
About a mile and a half. So, once again, appetite's really good, energy levels outstanding, just similar to what we were doing at Churchill leading up to the Derby. We're just trying to keep him on the ground until race time.
He seems like a real smart horse. He's bucking and playing out there training, and you see him get in the bath and working with his groom and everything, and he's like a pony. Yeah,
I think he's actually so smart that this morning there was a little different activity. We shipped a few horses in for some of the other races, a little more activity around the barn. I think he picked up on that little bit of change in atmosphere, and that's why he came out a little more fired up than he's been the last few days.
How have things worked out being here at the barn? It's more of an extended time than you've been here before. How's that experience been for you and for the entire team?
Well, I think the most important thing is we were coming in for his sake to get him acclimated, settled in, a little extra time, and what we've seen is what we were hoping for, which is a pretty quiet setting out on the racetrack. Not many horses out there while he's training, and we felt like that'd be a good way to bring him up to the race, and I think that part of it's paid off.
And how's the track? You guys have been out there a number of times.
Track was perfect this morning. We've had some rain, and obviously that affects the track. So we did one day of jogging, but he galloped over the sloppy track really well. He's proven to us that he pretty much handles any surface that he's been put on.
Can you compare how he's come out of that race to, say, how he came out of the Florida Derby or previous races? The time frame.
Equally as good as any of them. He's consistently been great all winter. Everything we've done with him is, he's just really, really excelled at. Every breeze, every day he's had a good day. Since we got to Churchill, he's a little change in his personality, just in terms of how aggressive he became, and we've seen a little bit of that here. Not quite as much as we did at Churchill. So I think coming in here early helped us, in that regard.
Do you get a sense on how he handles this surface as compared to Churchill?
I can't tell the difference, and like I said, I mean, he's run well in his career at Belmont, Saratoga, Tampa, Gulfstream on two very different Gulfstream surfaces. Churchill, he's trained well in off conditions, so he doesn't give me the impression that the surface is something we have to worry about.
Todd, when you look at the rest of the field, does Classic Empire stand out as sort of the obvious great threat?
Well, I mean, he's defending 2-year-old champion and very accomplished horse, very talented. So you'd have to give him a lot of respect. And I think looking at Lee, he ran a terrific race in the Derby as well. So, you respect everyone's chances and their ability, but we're pretty happy with the horse we have.
What will be the plan the next few mornings going forward?
I think we'll go out a little earlier tomorrow just because we have more horses here, more to train. So we'll probably go out at 5:30 tomorrow, and then we're looking at possibly paddock schooling tomorrow, just because it looks like it's going to be pretty hot on Wednesday and Thursday.
Do you anticipate saddling him on a turf course, or will you
No, we'll saddle inside. That's what we always do when we're here, and go out to the turf course after we're finished saddling.
How great is it to have a rider like Nick on mornings like this, when you can really trust him?
Well, he does a great job for us all the time, and we're fortunate to have a really good staff, and Nick stepped up in a high pressure situation and has handled it terrifically.
Todd, was the beginning of this morning the closest he's given you to a nervous moment here?
Here? Yeah. Churchill, that was every morning at Churchill, but yeah, this morning here, yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing that he's feeling that good. It's just, we're just trying to, like I said, keep him healthy. That's our main goal, and we don't want him to make a mistake.
What might have happened if the draw reins weren't on?
Well, I think, the problem was he was trying to buck with the draw reins on, and that's why he kind of stumbled a little bit. But I think without the draw reins, he would have wanted to put in a little breeze.
Will he continue to have the draw reins up until?
Yes.
Todd, you said you knew that the 2 weeks for Super Saver from the Derby to the previous weren't going as well as the 3 weeks between Arkansas and Kentucky. Do you sense that this horse is doing as well these 2 weeks, or at least this first week, as he was, say, 5 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing out there, you know, gives us the same feel we were getting at Churchill. Like he's on it. He's feeling good. He's high energy, eating great, all those things. You know, Super Saver, he was a fairly aggressive horse to train at times, and when he got here, I could tell he just, you know, he was very easy to gallop. wasn't putting a whole lot into it. Wasn't pulling the rider around there. And, you know, so like with Always Dreaming, we came in here, we want him to be relaxed, but we also don't want him to be too relaxed because that might be the wrong sign. So I think we're seeing just what we want to see.
Have you and Johnny V had any conversations about the Pimlico track or the horses you'd be going against, or the trip or anything?
We haven't really talked about it too much. I mean, we're kind of waiting for the whole field to take shape, and of course after the post-position draw, we'll talk a little more about strategy.
Get a little anxious when you see what happens in a horse like Royal Mo yesterday, that you just sort of want to get the race here and get going?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a trainer's life. You know, you always worry about their safety and their health, and you know, that's why you worry about how the track condition is and when you're going to breeze. And I feel bad for John because I know he was, you know, waiting to work and postponed the work a day or two because of the track, and you know, unfortunately, sometimes those things just happen.